All right, good morning for this Thursday, November 21st. This is Todd Mitchell. Welcome to the free video today. This chart that we're looking at right now, I just want to show you just a great example of something I look for all the time. I'm always scouring the market, looking for these perfect trade setups. I mean, if you've watched enough of my videos, you know that I'm really into the market contracting at logical support levels in an uptrend, or of course logical resistance in a downtrend. And when I talk about contraction, I'm talking about the market really coiling up, okay, and trading inside the prior bar's range, right? Like you've heard me talk about inside bars all the time. And so a trade that set up the other day that, I never mentioned on the video, but, a trade I had, I mean, this is just an example where the reward to risk is just phenomenal. The potential is phenomenal. And it happened here on this stock. The stock symbol is DVN, Devon Energy, okay? As you can see the markets, I'll show you a few things here. Great, I know it's hindsight, but these are the things that you need to understand and really look for, and only trade the trade setups that you feel most comfortable with, okay? It needs to fit, the way you trade needs to fit your temperament, your personality, and your comfort level. In these type of trades, you're only just one out of a basket of many that I do, and these are really the only, these are the ones that I really show the most frequent on these videos. But like, for example, right over here, okay, again, look at that inside pattern down off of a high, right? Inside pattern back at the 50, the market really exploded. Now remember, your entry is when the market takes out that high. The day of entry, your stop is below the low of the bar that got you in, right? Right? Below the low of the inside pattern. So you're risking very little amount of money down in here, looking for that big move to the upside, okay? Now, the most current example on this was when the market came down here. We had an inside pattern here, right? It took out the high, but never took, see, this is a significant low here, okay? The market was never able to take out that low during this entire time, okay? Now, granted, the other day when the market came down 3 days ago, it missed taking me out by 12 cents, but that trade was a very low risk trade. I was risking less than a point there. And the market rallied up 2 days ago and just gave me, it was literally, a 4-to-1 reward to risk. And these are the type of trades that I'm looking for. So let me just show you what I believe is setting up now. Again, you can take this chart, take this example, and use it as your template for things, for trade setups, for actual live trade setups. And so what I want to show you is, first of all, XOP, okay? The stock XOP. Well, it's an ETF. It's a Spider S&P. Oil and gas exploration. Again, we're down off this high. The trend is obviously up, and the market is consolidating in here. Okay, you've got a very, very low risk entry potentially tomorrow. Okay, looks like the market is going to stay contained within the price range of yesterday. Okay, the high is lower than the prior high, and the high is and the low is higher, right? So tomorrow I would be looking for a penetration up through the high. Okay, now you saw it here, the same pattern. The inside pattern here was larger, a little larger than normal. I like to see it a little tighter than that, but it came up through. It never took out this low. It ran up, and you could have managed that trade, and it came back down. Now we're coiling again. If you go back a little further, take a look right here. I mean, again, made the new high here. It came down. You had an inside pattern, never took it out, right? Came down, right? Look at this inside pattern here, folks. Look at this, right? Right into the gray action zone, right? Into a support zone in an already established uptrend. It takes out that high, right? It takes out that high. As soon as the high is broken, the stop is below. I really prefer the low of the prior bar right here to give it a little bit more room. And as you can see, the market just rallied. I mean, that's a huge reward to risk type of trade setup. Okay? So we're getting something here in XOP, and let's just take a look at one more, and that is just crude oil. Crude oil futures. Now, this is a little different setup. This is totally counter trend, right? That you can see that the trend was up, right? And we change down here based on everything that I do, right? The trend is down, so there's no denying that. We're trading below the blue action zone, which should act as some type of resistance, right? When we get a bounce. But what I'm seeing here is that the market is really, really starting to tighten up in here. And so I'm going to keep this on my watch list, because if we start breaking higher, like for example, you want a low risk entry, even if you're trying to pick off a bottom or pick off a top when it's coiling and you feel comfortable. What I like to personally use is I like to use penetrations through the prior day, right? Whatever range you use, these are daily bars. When the market penetrates up through the high the prior day, you can go long with an initial catastrophic stop below the prior day's low. Or in this case, take it a step further. Look at the market broke up through the prior bar's high of 94.48, went to 94.58 minimum, right? You'd be long. Let's say you're long at 94.58. Your stop would be at 93.06, let's say. So you're risking less than 1.5 on this, and you're looking for the market to run up minimum, the first level of potential resistance, right? If you're trying to pick a bottom, you need to be tightening up those stops and really managing that trade once the market rallies into the prior resistance area. And so I would take these highs. Those highs are 96.05. So you'd be looking for a minimum of 1.5 to the upside before even looking to move those stops higher. So again, this is on my watch list right here. Crude oil, XOP, and I think you got a good example of really what you're looking for in the stock DVN. Okay? Hope that helps. Hope you learn a little something. Hope you make money today, and I'll be back with you tomorrow. Bye for now.